Hello everyone, welcome back to Adventures in Arcane Space. Once again, I am your Dungeon Master AuldDragon, and the players today are...
Hi, I'm Captain Higgimus, Corporal First Class, and I play a Giff fighter.
Hi, I'm David Big Mac Shepherd. I play Braxon, who's a human fighter from an asteroid near to Brow.
I'm James. I play Ockar, human paladin of Tyr, and I am the Giant Slayer.
Hi, I'm Kijikun. I play Sinrae Nalio, and I'm an elven courier.
Hello, Levalithana, an elven wild mage.
Hi, I'm Zakat. I play Lafdul Moonglade, a specialty priest of Erevan Illicir and a thief part-time. His title is the Castellan of all things utensils, holder of spears, majestic folk whisperer extraordinaire.
You wrote it down this time,
Yes.
didn't you?
No, I've literally got notes and I just scribbled like that goes there, that goes, yeah, fuck it. Oops, sorry. That'll do.
One day we'll get you to like have a list that you choose from. But anyway, part-time thief, huh? I'll have to keep that in mind.
Yeah.
So we left off last time with the a fight that did go a little bit long.
Whoops.
It happens.
Slightly long.
Does indicate that we need to be careful about trying to get you guys into fights a little bit early on when it's expected to be a big fight.
It's fine.
Well,
I just need to get a very low initiative one round, so I've got enough time to pop to the Lewin back before you notice.
So,
Yeah,
we need to check to see if that mountain giant guy is alive or not.
Lafdul's poking him. Is he still breathing? Is he dying?
yes. There's one slight issue with that, and even though I did remove the
It's even more than -10.
the icons, what is it, spike growth?
Yeah.
Yeah, spike growth is still there.
Right.
That
I
Can
know it
Lafdul
was-
dismiss it?
No, I have no control over it. I even get affected by it. It's
Well, hang on.
somewhere like, hang on, where's the draw symbol on this?
No, I
At
know
least
it's
see-
right in front of Braxon and
Yeah.
Big
Yeah, it
Mac.
was
Don't worry about
like 40.
it's not
something
over
like
them.
that.
It's right in front of them.
I think Braxon's
Yeah, no.
moved slightly, hasn't he? I thought that guy was toe-to-toe with Braxon.
Well, I'm.
Might have happened. I don't know.
Unless there was three other guys in front of us that have vanished.
I can't remember what I was doing last. If I actually moved through the spike to go for, or if I just moved their post after game.
Well, Braxon can look through the bodies because he was fighting them. And he
You're going to
doesn't
go
have
through the spike's growth.
He doesn't. Well, I thought he was toe-to-toe with them.
I mean, it won't kill you, just hurt. Then if you get crippled, then you'll be walking at third of your movement speed.
Yeah.
Well, no, you reduce down by a third.
You can
What
always
happens?
just call.
What happens if Braxon checks this dead body here and then stands on the body?
Oh,
Just
that's
spike
what
growth back through.
you jogged my memory. I stood on the bodies going from body to body to get to the giant.
I don't remember you actually saying that, but there was a lot
I
of
did.
just healing up after while I was calculating out
Oh,
experience,
Dakami was
which
doing a lot of healing.
I'm saying happens after all of this. But-
I do definitely remember doing that. So,
Okay,
or at
I'm
least
just saying I don't remember hearing it, but I
Okay.
was also focusing on calculating the
I mean, if he's dead, he's dead. But
experience. So, but yes, he is in fact dead. He has returned to the mountain giant form, and he is in fact dead. I mean, an Etten and a Cyclops, a giant Cyclops, collapsed on top of him, on top of spike growth. So,
being impaled,
yeah,
He's dead, Dave.
just
He's-
bleeding out everywhere,
he's
probably.
dead.
I'm gonna ask over to the fire giant lady, and I'll point at the dead mountain giant guy, and I'll say, "Is this okay?"
She looks at you and says, "Well, it's done. I mean, unless you have some ability to return him to life, I don't see any use in worrying over what can't be changed."
Should we drag him back to the city for proof?
You
Or
mean
cut off
she
his
would be
head?
carrying him? No, they take her word for it. Unless she's been depositioned or what do you
Well,
call
I'm
it?
asking her what we should do as per her customs.
Do we need to bring his corpse back?
His head will do.
Okay. Big Miss, you think you can chop it off with your giant sword?
Yeah, once this whatever that stuff is that's around there goes away.
You can't see
I think
it.
I can handle that. Oh, I can't see it.
No, it's
Yeah,
literally invisible.
Watch out,
Laugh-
there's something
But
that's
Lafdul would have
hurting
warned
people
you
there.
after the fight.
Yeah, I've gone on corpse. If you go on the corpses, it's fine. Use the
Oh,
corpses as
Braxon.
like stepping stones.
There is so much wrong with that, Lafdul.
No, there isn't. As Lafdul like pushes his foot and he's like entirely disrespectful, reflecting his chaotic neutral alignment.
Yeah.
Braxon has an axe.
I guess we do have a couple prisoners though, don't we?
Do we? No.
Yeah, you have two. Two for beak.
And I guess that'll work out. But let's get them tied up and then go through the bodies and then Lafdul and a couple others if you can search that cave for what's in there. See if we can find more paperwork and such. Mindful of traps.
Then,
No, I didn't see any traps in there.
well, I'd be interested to see if we can find that hammer you were talking about, Lafdul.
It was shattered
Oh, thingy shattered them.
Oh, yes.
during the fight. Fire giant lady.
There was more papers in there unless he's destroyed them.
Okay,
Sorry, was
well,
a little distracted with the, giants trying to kill us.
All right, so Ald, we're going to check the bodies, get the stuff off of them. Hopefully, Mountain Giant guy has a key, and then we can search the cave for more info stuff.
Okay. All right. So you wait until the after checking
That's
the
an hour.
corpse. It's an hour.
Yeah, if you want to wait that long.
No, Braxon.
I think you
Braxon will go
probably
over the
would
bodies.
to a certain extent. Just because I mean, otherwise you're walking through that to
3d4 turns plus a turn a level.
pull the corpses apart. So
I'm on top of the corpses, so I can just roughly search him.
he's
For
got
like-
a giant cyclops corpse on top of him, and an N
Yeah.
on top of him.
Yeah.
Like, besides, there was healing being done, healing proficiencies, casting spells. You guys take some time to relax. You tie up the two Verbeeg that you've captured.
Well, I was saying before that Braxon would go on top of the bodies. If the spikes don't go away for a while and we've done the other stuff, Braxon would go on top of the bodies, tie a rope round the body on top, and throw it over to this tree, which I think is outside the area, and Higgimus can pull the first body off.
Right. Well,
And
what
then we
I'm
pull the next
saying
body
is
off.
that after checking to see if he's alive,
Yeah.
you guys would probably tend to yourselves first.
Yeah, we would.
So
I
I'm
suppose.
gonna say that took about an hour. The spell has expired,
Right.
so you don't have to worry
Okay.
about the
Plus-
spikes anymore.
Yeah, we could have searched the cave, come back, and etc.
You take some time to you keep an eye on the cave, but you want to be in good shape just in case there's anything in there. Not that anything has come out.
Yeah,
But-
we'd want to have a drink and stuff, wouldn't we?
Yeah, might as well just wait. I mean, there's short of
If it's been
something
an hour,
coming out
then
to
I've-
there's no problem with waiting an hour.
If it's been an hour,
Yeah.
do I get 6 hit points back?
Yes.
Yay.
Also, after a battle like this, you would probably be somewhat looking at surroundings if there are more enemies.
Yeah, catching your breath, just resting up a little bit, that kind of thing, tending to your wounds. So
Probably looking after Ockar, who almost died.
That too.
Yeah.
Making sure that he's okay. So with that, the spell has expired, and you begin searching the corpses, including the two Verbeeg that you captured. They don't have any equipment that calls out to you as being interesting. It's pretty standard stuff, and generally, other than the Verbeeg weaponry, not really things that most of you can use. You do find on the Verbeeg a total of 16 large silver pieces, 8 large electrum pieces, and 24 large gold pieces. That's total.
What was that last one?
24 large gold pieces.
When Braxon's helping separate all these bodies, one on top of each other, which is a bit weird, but he says to Gatla, do you have any religious rites you like to carry out? Do we bury people or burn them or anything like that?
She kind of turns up her nose a bit and says, "They're not fire giants. Do with them what you will."
Okay.
Braxon, you search the Etten there on the top.
Yeah.
And you find 5 large copper pieces, 1 large silver piece, and a brooch.
Right. I'll hand that over.
Okay.
You said 5 copper, 1 silver?
Yeah.
And a brooch?
Yep. It's odd. It's not large. You would have expected an Etten to have a rather large brooch, and it seems
magical,
rather well made for
Spell that wrong.
their kind. Brooch.
Oh.
I wonder if somebody gave it to him, or he stole it.
Maybe. Who knows?
Let's roll this guy off the other ones.
All right. Yatla will help you because that's a lot of work for you guys.
I think Braxton would get a hernia, wouldn't he?
To put it mildly, and even with her helping, it's a lot of work. Moving giants is not easy work.
Well, she's quite young for a giant, isn't she?
She is, but in general, the difference between giants within the same type is not that significant.
Right, because I know she's a big type of giant, but I got the impression she's like a teenager or something, still learning.
Yeah, but she's still essentially a young adult. She's
right. A young adult that could squish Braxon.
Yeah, she might be able to. You do not find anything on that Cyclops. He does have a giant-sized Morning Star. Gatla shows no interest in it, but she does take some throwing rocks that he has and stuffs them in her pouch. But you don't find any valuables on him.
Okay. Does anybody have a detect magic too? By the way.
Nope.
Nope.
All right, we'll take the giant more.
I do in fact have a room prepared,
Woohoo!
so I can cast that.
It's always
Could
a good
you,
idea to have one.
cast it?
prepared.
Yes.
All right, and let me know if any of the stuff that Old describes is magical. 'Cause that might determine whether we take it or not.
Lafdul whispers to Sinrae, just say everything that's big and heavy is magical. Just see his reaction.
Sinrae rolls her eyes at Lafdul.
Oh, come on. You know it'd be funny.
You know it would be funny.
Yeah.
I
Any of
know.
this stuff, any of this stuff magical so far?
Yeah, just a second. So, Sinrae, you're going to cast it your 6th level?
7th level.
7th level. All right, so that is... All right.
Let me double check that. Yeah, I am level 7.
Okay, so, the giant, he is wearing robes, but those robes are not magical.
Okay.
This is the which one?
The mountain giant.
Mountain giant. So there's robes that are magical.
Are not
Not
magical.
No.
Are they nice?
They're just
Yeah, they're pretty nice, but
like cut up.
They're probably cut up and stuff. Right?
they are cut up now. Well, no, actually they're not cut up because he changed his form into a large creature of earth, and that did not harm his robe. So they're in pretty good shape, but
They're giant size.
it's a woolen robe. It is giant size. You could certainly cut it up into smaller pieces of cloth.
I can't imagine them selling for a lot though. It's just wool.
Will that stuff sell, Lafdul? I'll ask you.
Yeah. Yeah, Scoutler, how much is wool worth on your world?
She says
like-
that you might be able to get
Is
a
it
few copper for it,
Yeah,
not worth
no.
it.
but
Unless
that
you
is
could take it
the
back to
larger
Paul.
copper pieces that she's talking about. But no, that's not
we'll
magical.
pass
So,
on it.
he is wearing a pair of supple gloves that are dark gray, and they do detect as magical.
Okay, I will let him know about that.
Ooh, that's nice.
And let's see.
I cannot spell today.
I'll probably also all be doing legend lore on any of the magical items.
Later.
Yeah.
Okay.
I'm not going to be doing it right now.
All right.
Unless it's something that I would probably be able to easily know about.
If Higgimus remembers right, that's a involved thing.
She just needs to study the item.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so it's not like
Doesn't take hours, no.
Identify where it's like a ritual thing almost.
No, it's
No.
not. It's basically just studying the item and reflecting on what she knows of such things. But
this
it's
isn't
still
a spell.
Yeah, it's not a spell. It's still
okay,
the kind of thing that you would want calm. So yeah, you'd want to do it at camp, kind of thing.
So,
Gotcha.
would those gloves only fit a giant, or would they resize themselves?
That you don't know,
Right.
unless you
Might fit
tried to
me.
put them on.
So
Do
the little
not-
brooch might change size if a giant wore it.
Well, the fact that it was small when you pulled it off the giant indicates that it probably doesn't resize.
Right.
And
Right.
since you bring it up, that does not detect as magical. The brooch is gold, looks like a duck swimming on the water from the side.
Duck!
And
That doesn't look like a heraldry, does it, Old?
you can go ahead and roll.
Okay.
Braxon, do not try on the magical gloves that we don't know what they do.
I will also roll heraldry for those.
You got heraldry?
Yeah.
I don't think anyone's got magical magical gloves yet.
I do not pass.
Okay.
These are giants. Who cares?
Neither of you recognize it as a heraldic symbol of any sort. Now
I'll ask the fire giant lady, see if that means anything to her.
she looks at it and says, she looks at it very, very closely, since it's so small, and says, "No, it doesn't look like any symbol that I'm familiar with. What is this creature?
It's a
It's a
duck.
duck.
I've never heard of such a thing."
Is there
It's a
ships that
small,
are shaped like that?
small flying bird that likes to swim.
Hmm.
I have a wooden one back on the ship.
Oh. Okay.
Oh, don't you like ducks with Lafdul? Maybe you would like that.
Says nothing.
Lafdul is not allowed to have any duck-related things. He doesn't know how to treat them right.
I thought he got all
is
the
it
duck
you that
related
likes
things.
ducks. Somebody on the ship likes ducks. I keep on seeing them around. Anyway,
The gloves do detect as alteration magic, by the way,
Okay.
alteration.
and
Oh.
no priest casts detect magic, so I don't have that.
What about the Morning Star? Was that magical?
It is not.
It is not.
No.
Or how much Morning Star sell for?
I mean, a few coins, not much. It's a giant-sized morning star, so.
Okay.
Could you even carry it back to town?
It'd be like a 200 weapon for Higgimus, isn't it?
No. It would be he cannot swing that.
Yeah.
That's I mean, it's a giant-sized weapon, which is much too big.
I wish.
I think, let me take a quick look at how much that would probably weigh.
Yeah, I'm just wondering. There's going to be a effort / worthwhileness of carrying giant stuff with us.
Oh wait, this mace is Morningstar's magical.
No, it's not.
It's not.
Oh.
You're probably
No, if
looking
it
at
was
like
magical,
30
we
pounds
won't
for
take
that thing, at least.
Yeah, it's not worth it. If it was magical, we would be taking it.
I mean, it's a lot of raw iron there, so to speak. Or
Yeah,
steel.
but-
Yeah, a few years ago, Braxon would take that.
Really want to try looking
Just
that bad.
imagine Braxon going through Brawl with that thing, just tearing up the
No,
pavements.
He'd be like sawing up a log and trying to make 2 log wheels and make some sort of thing. He could Trevellis or whatever they're called.
Yeah.
Travoy.
Travoy.
Yeah.
Travoy, yeah.
You could certainly take the Morning Star as a trophy or something like that, but that's entirely up to you. The mountain giant is also wearing 2 rings. One of them
Ooh.
detects as magical.
Okay.
Was that the ring when he
That
transformed?
Yeah, the one that detects as magical is the ring that kind of flashed when he transformed.
Yeah.
That ring is wrought iron, and it is set with a round hematite stone, so it's kind of got shiny gray appearance to it.
Maybe that's a ring that makes you look like a giant.
As you slide it off his finger, it shrinks down to about a size that any of you could wear.
Oh.
Intriguing.
Yeah, that's just how all magical rings work there.
What's the other one do when you slide it off?
The other one is not magical. It does nothing. It is made from a single piece of agate, polished.
It's quite a large agate.
So you might, like, one of you might be able to wear it as a bracelet.
I was thinking of a crown, but
I mean, you could try that, but it would look weird as a crown because it's just a loop. It's just a ring.
what about headband? Leather.
I don't
Fashion
think
accessory?
we've.
Like, do you want a nugget hairband?
I don't think we've got our wrist sizes on our character sheets.
I don't think a headband made of stone would be very comfortable.
No, not really.
No, but it's got like the swag factor.
The swag.
Swag.
You could wear it as a bracelet if you wanted to wear it. That's about
Could I
the
have
size of it.
Could I hit Lafdul on the head with it?
After we'll try and duck out of the way.
You can certainly try. You want to make an
Oh,
attack
not
roll?
the duck.
No.
Trying to
pretty
hit
neat,
poor Lafdul.
It's a ring. I mean, a single piece.
Hang on.
That's pretty neat.
Hang on,
Yeah,
let me get
single
this
piece of
straight.
agate.
You're trying to toss the round band and land it on his head.
No, I think she was
No, I
just
think she
trying
was
to
just trying to
bother
bonk
me.
him on the head with it.
Oh, right, okay.
I was going to say that would hurt. But yeah, maybe I'll fetch a nice price.
Yeah, I mean it's a
Yeah.
single piece of agate. It's big. Certainly, if you say what it was, that may make a difference. Who knows? You do not find anything else of value on him.
Okay. And scanning him with the detect magic doesn't find anything else as well.
There is a substantial amount of residual magic, but nothing indicating a
Does he have any more of those hammers?
no. Those pieces of the hammer do radiate magic specifically from some what it was carved into it, which, and now that it's broken, you can't really make out what that was.
I wonder if his hammer and chisel that he was carving them with was magical.
Do we want the pieces for anything?
Are there any intact runes on any of the pieces?
It's entirely shattered in splinters, wasn't it?
It's
Not bad at all.
shattered into fragments, not splinters.
Could
but
the fragments be reformed into enough if we were to show someone they might get a rough idea?
You could try it. You don't know. You won't know until you do it. Until you try it.
Well, I'll take up the fragments to study them.
Okay.
Braxton's going to turn around from searching the bodies and say to Lafdul, do you think you could use your magic to talk to his soul and find out who he really was and why he was doing this?
Not today.
No, but I suppose we'll need to be here for a while to search the area.
I can't remember if I can do it with a head. I need to check the spell. Because
That's so bizarre to say.
Well, we haven't cut his head off yet, have we?
No, but I imagine I can, right?
Yeah, you can.
Ald, out of curiosity, what would mending do to the pieces?
You
It's not powerful enough.
won't
is it?
know until you
Yeah.
try it. Let me take a quick look at the spell.
Or a potion thereof. Yeah, I can do it on the head.
All right.
The thing is if you bring him back to his head, he's going to be a bit annoyed, isn't he?
Yeah, he's just a spirit.
He's going to
How
go,
does it-
not only if you killed me, but you've cut my head off.
Well,
Not
I
as
think
annoyed as the raven.
I think it was getting to the point that you could try that with the Jarl if you wanted or something.
Yeah.
Like bring the head back and then cast that so the Jarl could interrogate him or something like that.
Oh,
Yeah.
right. Will it last that long?
You can ask. Yeah, it doesn't matter how long it's been dead for.
Well, it does.
Actually, well, no,
to a
it
certain
does.
extent.
Yeah, a week,
Yeah.
a week. But we're going to be within that time frame.
Yeah,
I can preserve it,
No,
and
it
I
doesn't
pull out
matter.
this vial from my
You
pouch.
You don't need to waste it.
Okay, you don't need it.
No. As long as it's within a week. It doesn't matter how rotten it is, as long as it's within a week.
Okay. I guess we're taking the talking head with us.
All right, the maximum volume of material the caster can mend is 1 cubic foot per level, so yeah, you could cast that on that.
Okay,
hammer.
I'd like to try that.
Okay. That does reform the hammer. However, there are distinct breaks in the rune inscriptions. Might be enough for someone else to realize it, but it does not reform the runes themselves.
I offer it to Gatla. Would this help you figure out what the rune was?
I know something about rune lore, but I don't know very many specific runes. Blatha she does take it from you and saying this while examining it. Blatha was not skilled in that area, and I haven't had anyone to teach me, but no, unfortunately, these are not ones that I've seen or recognize.
Would anybody in the Smiths know about it, perhaps? Like the seer?
I don't know about the Oracle, but it seems unlikely that others would. It is not really their way.
Alright.
Didn't someone's
Did
armor
she-
get damaged?
Did she
Sorry,
give
a bit
back the
random.
hammer?
Yeah, she gives it back.
Okay. I will give it to Higgimus to carry.
Well, Solas is the one that took it. If it's up to Solas,
okay.
then.
Solas.
Well, Higgimus
can
can carry it for me if he wants.
Who's got that bag of holding?
Lever's got a bag of holding. And Solus has got the non. It's
Is
not
it
metal. He's got the bag of transmutation, but it's not gem. It's
Does
not
it fit in the
metals.
back of?
Yeah, it fits in there.
Okay,
Okay.
is this the type of? Is it any type of materials on that hammer thing that would transmute Ald that we've recognized?
It's
that would
basically
transmute?
just a big wooden mallet.
Well,
And
then
that
I
wood hasn't
could probably.
transmuted, has it?
No,
That's fine.
so it should be fine.
It's pretty
Okay,
much
I will put it in the back of transportation.
it's pretty much we want to try to figure out what the rune is.
Oh, I
Hope
just
that
didn't want to turn to sludge or something.
hopefully not.
In general, it just that bag turns valuable or useful things into non-valuable and non-useful things. So,
Okay.
to a certain extent, what would be the most likely thing to happen is that it would turn into crappy wood.
Okay. That's fine.
All right, so you've
All right,
gotten
so
some
we got
rest. You've searched the corpses. You guys want to head to the cave?
Yeah.
Uh,
Lafdul, since you're small, could you you have the
Hey,
ability to look at those see those traps? I don't know.
There's no
It's got to be
traps.
something to do with how small you are.
there's no traps in there. I snuck around in there.
Okay. Did we find a key? Old
Oh yeah,
giant
that guy had a key.
oh yeah, you did. Sorry.
key. All right.
Wonder what that
I'll toss
key's
the key
for.
to you.
That key's probably huge. It'd be like throwing a small flail at me.
Right.
Nope,
All
nope, too late. He tossed it at you, and you catch it and go ooh, as you catch the large key.
Okay.
I'd probably try to deflect it with my ring if I could.
It's
faster.
actually like, I mean, it's big, but it's still like I mean, the chest that he had was not. I mean, it was more like a coffer. Like it would be a small chest in comparison to one of you guys. So it would
You
have
know-
a small key in comparison. Now it's still big for you, but it's you're still talking like 6 to 8 inches long kind of thing, as opposed to like feet.
I'll say.
So we
oops,
don't have to
sorry.
try to shove it into the biggest lock in the entire cave.
I'll
Hmm.
say. Oops, sorry, Lafdul. I forgot you were small.
I know
Just
you
that.
keep mentioning that lately. I'll forget one day I'm a healer.
Just out of caution, I will when we are looking the stuff that is in cave, cast find traps.
There was no traps in there.
No, if
I'm
if
just
he
being
wants to cast
cautious.
it, he can cast it.
Do you have that?
I have find traps.
Oh,
If there's
well,
any traps, I'm not disarming them.
well, if this is where the traps are, then or this is the most likely place for a trap, so I might as well get casted.
Poor
Casted.
Lafdul, they don't believe you.
Story of my life.
Okay, don't
I
move
mean,
from
you
this
didn't.
spot. I'm just moving you right inside the cave, and then I'm going to turn off the global illumination that's currently on. So I'm just moving you at the moment.
You didn't get to search whole cave and everything in it.
Yeah, I did.
Did you read the first page of all the stuff you found earlier?
What do you mean? No,
Maybe-
because I didn't have time to read stuff now.
Oh, well, maybe one of the pages that this giant had. He casted. There we go with casted. He cast like what was that one spell that blew up all over us?
Explosive
One that
rounds.
destroyed my dagger quickness.
Yeah.
Fireball?
No.
No, there's multiple spells like that.
Explosive rain or rain of warding or something.
Yeah, so just make sure all that stuff's good.
Yeah.
Plus, sometimes you're lucky.
Yeah, he is lucky. It's annoying, isn't it?
Okay, you can start moving now.
Well, if I was unlucky, I'd be dead. You know, those giants might have caught me.
I can't see anything at the moment.
You can't see anything?
No, let me zoom out.
Scroll down. Yeah, zoom
So
out and scroll down. I had to do.
Oh, right. I see this now. Right.
Yeah, sorry. I guess I should have moved the camera to it.
Yeah.
All right, so
Okay.
So are we traveling south?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Right.
There's some bunk beds at the end of this corridor.
Okay. Just keep an eye out for traps, and Solas, please speak up if you find anything.
Of course.
I'm going to try to keep behind Solas and Lafdul here.
I'm not going to be much good in a fight after earlier, but I'll take up the rear.
But he just sit at the entrance of the cave.
Yeah, you should get more rest, Ockar.
But what if something happens to you guys? I don't want to be standing back here while something's attacking you.
We're not completely helpless, don't worry.
Lafdul's gonna scramble up here. He's going his own way. He's
Oh,
like
it's
solid.
completely dark right here, Ald.
Ockar thinks about it and he falls along anyway because
okay,
he
so
doesn't
you
want-
have your you're getting out your light.
Yes.
Ockar's
Okay.
going to be using his long spear as a walking stick as he follows after them because he's still exhausted, but he doesn't want to leave them alone.
Where do you get your crossbow?
There you
Oh,
Thank you.
so is this?
He'll have his
is this
crossbow
wall,
in his
isn't it?
other hand, ready to fire it.
go. So Lafdul, what's your climb walls?
40, I think, with my armor.
Okay. It's difficult, but you managed to scramble up it. It's pretty sheer.
Mm.
What's that on the wall?
That is a torch.
Ah,
Do we see anything on the bedding here?
There are some sacks with personal items if you want to search through them. No valuables though.
I will move on if I don't detect any traps because the spell has duration.
Yeah, I'll let you know.
Half an hour.
Ald?
Braxon see anything in the carving style on the walls, or is this a natural cave?
It's a natural cave. Higgimus, yes.
Yeah. Is there any like identifying items in there? Like seals, crests, and that sort of stuff?
Not that you notice. It's just personal items, some dried food, dried meats, cheeses, breads, that sort of thing.
Alright, not necessary.
I don't seem to have a light. Braxton's going to search these beds. As they've already been searched in 2 seconds.
Yeah, quick look through. And yeah, the people are leaving. Are you pulling out your lantern?
Yeah, Braxton will have his lantern.
Alright.
He's going to have a good go through these beds in case there's something else in there.
Okay. Well,
And he'll
everyone
also
else is...
check in case someone's hiding under them.
There's no way for anyone to hide under them.
No?
Hiding under their own
No.
beds. Their own straw match.
Oh, they're like pallets on the floor rather than
Yeah.
beds raised up off the ground.
Yeah, it's
I'll
basically
say,
just pallets.
hold up, Solas. Lafdul, everybody. Wait for Braxton to catch back up with us.
Yeah.
How long
There's
does it take
literally
Braxton
nothing
to go?
else.
Well, Braxton
Roger
said that
leans
he was
against the
going
walls,
to
we
hang
wait for
back
Braxton.
to search those beds more thoroughly and everything. So
We'll wait. I'll lean against the wall and wait.
Thing is, I
well,
know
Solas
there's
is
no
Solas is
traps.
worried about
I'm
his
going
spell
up.
expiring.
Oh, that's what the deal is?
Well, keep going then. Keep going.
Okay,
Yeah.
then.
It's
Yeah, I'm-
literally only round this corner. There's nothing else here.
I want to be sure that my spell can detect anything possible before it runs out.
Okay,
Yeah.
I
Those are a
follow.
lot of beds.
You see, while you're skipping past the beds, Braxon might find a magical nightshirt that's fire resistant.
Yeah,
luck
that's
with
too
that.
big for you.
So, Solas, you have
Anything
not
down here?
detected any traps, and you're not detecting a trap on the chest. Leva, no, it's just more pallets. Some smaller ones and some bigger ones.
I will inform that this room seems to be clear.
I use detect evil intent on the chest in case it's a mimic.
Do I have
Lafdul
any?
would have figured that
Oh,
out.
that's clever. That's clever.
Now this is where I want to cast a glyph of warding on the chest as they're opening it. Or something.
I want to see
They gave you the
Ockar.
key.
You're the one who's
I'm not
opening it.
opening it. I'm not opening it.
You have the
You
key.
have the key, so you're the one who opens it.
Ah,
I mean, he can give the key to someone else.
I want to see.
Fine.
I want to see Ockar casting detect evil intent on a tent containing an evil person.
That'd work.
You wouldn't, unless the tent's McEvil incarnate, then you wouldn't really notice
McEvil.
anything. Yeah, McEvil incarnate. You know,
You
a
mean
devil.
medieval?
Just
Yeah.
because an evil person is using it doesn't mean the item is evil.
So I'm guessing the chest is fine, no evil auras.
No evil auras.
Okay, it's not a mimic.
McEvil, is that?
Well,
is that,
I would already be dead if it was a mimic, because last time I opened it.
Unless you're saying it's a selective mimic.
Yeah.
Yeah, it
It only eats
likes
elves.
Lafdul. No, it likes elves.
It was a mimic that likes
No, it
scritches.
doesn't like elves, which is why it didn't attack you. It's waiting for something else to come along.
Waiting something tastier.
So did we open the chest?
I haven't heard Lafdul say that he was
Yes,
opening it yet.
I will open the chest.
Okay. So you insert the key and hear it click, and struggle to lift the lid and push it back.
I'll lift it up.
And you can see the papers in there, along with sacks of coins.
Solas, can you look over the papers with the spell?
Yeah, I will look at them.
No traps are detected.
They're safe.
Okay. All right. And what else? You said there's papers and what else?
Sacks, and one of the sacks is kind of like tipped over and spilling out some coins, some large coins.
Oh, wow. All right. We'll start to look through them, I guess.
I guess Gyala would have come with you.
Yeah, probably only Gatla can read them.
Well, I mean, if you
You
cast
read
certain
them last
spells. So, are you gonna ask her to read them?
time. Sure.
Okay.
Is she the one that read them last time?
Yeah.
Okay.
If you can read the language, we can't.
She picks them up and reads through them. There's about 4 sheets, and really, they're not paper. It's more like
Vellum?
well, maybe, except it's like really thick compared to what you're used to. Like almost like leather to you, but that's kind of what parchment and vellum are. So
Is there any-
it's just like really, really big and thick compared to what you're used to, although Lafdul was still able to fold it up. Yes, you were asking something, Lafdul?
Because the giant's living in it, was there any cooking area in here?
No, it seems like
So
they
to
mostly
speak.
were using dried dried rations is what you found.
There's no, like, cook pot or anything left lying around?
Mm-mm.
No, okay.
What are you gonna do? Make some of your famous tea, Lafdul?
I was, actually. You almost sound surprised.
Giant-sized portions of tea.
Yeah.
So she then turns and gives you a quick summary. It seems that he had an agreement to sell fire giants after using people to attack and overthrow the fire giants at Einertoft.
Interesting.
But the summary she gives makes it clear that the existing slaves would have been freed. It would have just been a reverse, and some individuals that are addressed in this would have been ruling over the area.
So it was less of full emancipation and more, yeah, we're just gonna change who's the ones who are actually enslaved now.
Pretty much.
And
That's
conquer lands.
Mm-hmm.
Does she
Then
know
I
any
have no problem
individuals?
with what we did.
What was that, Higgimus?
Does she know any of the individuals that are outlined in that?
She thinks one might be a chief of a nearby mountain giant village. And
Okay.
by nearby, you're getting the impression that it's like multiple days away.
Oh, okay.
Yes, unfortunately,
It-
that seems how most slave revolts go.
It also kind of makes it clear that there was an attempt to create a rift between the fire giants and the smith giants, so that they would fight and weaken each other.
And then the mountain giants can take control.
Sounds like a
All
plan.
right.
Sounds
Well,
like a
it seems
terrible
like we
plan.
made the correct decision. I'm happy with this.
Yeah. All right. Well, let's gather up the stuff here. I'll ask the fire giant lady if that's enough for proof to end all this stuff that's been going on.
With my word and the head of Skuldrung, yes, I think it would be.
Then
Let's,
let's get everything and head out.
Yes, we'll grab all the stuff and head on out. Check to see what's in in all that. Of course.
Should we take?
Hmm?
Was the chest full of stuff? I mean, is it worth just taking stuff, just dumping stuff inside the chest and taking the chest? Is it easier that way, or?
You'd probably have to ask Yatla to carry it.
Ah, never mind.
But wait, could Higgimus and Ockar work together to carry it?
It'd be easier for her to just carry the papers.
Yeah. Well, we're
there-
talking about
there's
the other items.
other stuff in there too. The problem with the
Okay.
chest is that the chest would not fit into your would not fit into the opening in the bag of holding. You don't know if the chest itself would fit in the bag of holding itself. But
Wait.
the chest itself is too big, and the chest is too bulky. Like, Higgimus could probably, with a lot of effort, carry or drag the chest, but Ockar, it would be too much for you. I mean, like, whereas Yatla could just, carry it with two hands as a box.
Okay.
Let's just
It's not
carry
a
the
valuable
items.
box.
We don't need the chest.
So, going through it, you find a sack with 600 large copper coins.
Which are worth more than our small copper coins.
They're all times 10.
Right.
100 large silver coins. 140 large electrum coins.
Ooh.
And 70 large gold coins.
No large platinum?
No.
Aw.
You also find a smaller pouch that has a few gemstones in it. Amongst those are a clear bar-shaped faceted stone. And it looks like it has been, at some point it broke, so it's in two roughly equal-sized pieces.
Those two of them.
Yeah. But it's clear that they were once one piece. There's a pale magenta square-cut faceted stone, a vivid yellow round-cut faceted stone, and a large, flawless, fiery orange faceted stone. And I'll, of course, give you the list of those after the session.
So 5 stones altogether?
Let's see. Yeah. You also find a handful of tools, some paints, chisel, stuff like that. None of those detect as magical under Sinrae's spell.
They're probably large, though, right?
Yes. But Lafdul recognizes the chisel.
Okay. All right. Let's gather that too. Maybe we can. Are they like? Are they nice?
They're pretty good quality, but they're still like normal workman's tools. They're not crude, but they're not like fancy.
They're not fancy. Oh, well, never mind. We'll just leave those.
And none of us are painters, so taking the paint might not be worth it.
And the paint is not painter paint. Like there's just 2 colors, and a fairly crude paintbrush.
Would that work for the ship? Because we have to paint the ship for maintenance.
Not really. It's not a paintbrush that you would use to like paint the wall or the hull, and the amounts of paints are not in an amount like the paintbrush itself would be a fairly small paintbrush for the mountain giant.
I've got a question to Solas and Leva. Oh, I don't know about Solas, but I know Leva might know. You work with alchemy. Is that like any rare ingredients in the paint? And I was wondering if Solas, because you're doing paper making, but I don't know if you do anything with ink.
Old, do we? Don't know that.
Do you have any relevant proficiencies that you think might help?
Just a second.
You've got alchemy, but I don't know if you'd have to have the apparatus to test it.
I mean, you could look at it and smell it and see, you know, you might not be able to do a full check, but you could certainly see what you know with texture, smell, appearance, that kind of thing.
Out of character, for the spellcasters, you might want to check your spells and everything to see if there's any components you can pull from the giants. I can't remember off the top of my head, but I know there's.
Yeah, Leva did that last time. The hair of a giant.
Yeah, giant hair.
Yeah, but she basically has got enough to never need it.
Got so much off that frost.
I'm told I have a lifetime supply.
Yeah.
I will also cut some giant hair once we leave the cave.
Yeah, well, you'll be sorry when you need to cast a spell that says, or the paintbrush for giant.
Level.
We could get into the wig production business.
So, Leva, that paint to you does seem more like an ink as opposed to paint, but given its quantity, it's kind of like, you know, it's paint to you. But you don't recognize anything of anything special about it.
Is it just?
It's pretty thick in that, like it would leave a pretty thick coating on whatever it was done, but it reminds you more of ink rather than paint, and the size of the the paintbrush itself makes you think a little bit more of like a calligraphy style paintbrush.
Interesting. Solas,
would our shell friends back on Brow like that?
I mean, it's
thinking of
really big.
Right.
I was just thinking of the ink composition, the paint composition.
Well, writing
minerals.
Writing ink is quite expensive.
It's not ink like you're familiar with it, though.
But could it be used like that?
Again, more with like calligraphy rather than a quill pen.
Yeah.
Okay.
Oh,
you would need a brush rather than a pen to use
That's
it.
why I was asking if our shell friends might like it, because they like write with paintbrushes.
None of you are shall, so you don't know. Maybe.
All right, say for example, if we were trying to replicate this paint, so to speak, would we know if we need expensive ingredients for it?
Not right now. You would need to. Leva would need to analyze it back on the ship.
Hmm.
Well,
How
we
much?
can.
How much is there? How much is there in quantity?
Kind of a bucket's worth.
That's not that much.
Has it got a seal on it?
Yeah, it's in kind of a jar, and it's sealed
You
with
just put it in your
a big
bag of holding.
cork.
Would it fit in the bag of holding?
Yeah.
All right. So Leva stuffs it into her bag of holding.
Okay.
How heavy is it?
It's a few pounds. I haven't done any painting in a really long time, so I don't know how heavy a bucket of paint is, but it's about the weight of a bucket of paint.
This is when the lid comes off.
Oh, excuse me.
So here in Europe that might be up to 5 liters, which is about 10 pounds.
Yeah, so it might be around there. I don't know. I mean, like a fairly standard bucket of paint. I don't know if Europe has the same bucket size standards as we do here, so.
I think she just needs to calculate her weight for a bag of holding there. How much she's putting in there.
Yeah, so I'll go with 10 pounds. That's fine.
Okay.
Okay. You don't find anything else of particular note unless you want to collect some of the dried rations that they have.
Can you
Seems fairly
drag
standard.
that chest?
Well,
aside?
we
Maybe
could
something's
refresh
underneath
our-
it.
What was that, Lafdul?
Does someone just drag the chest or something? Unless it's fixed.
It's not fixed. Oh, you want to move it? Just see if there's like anything
Yeah.
under it.
Yeah.
Oh, I can move it.
Gyatla can
just
also
look on-
move it very easily.
I can just look on the underside of it or something.
Yeah,
Are there any decent
Gyatla
blankets?
moves it, lifts it up, and shifts it to the side.
Are there any decent blankets or anything on these?
There are no decent
Beds,
blankets,
roll-ups,
and there's
and
nothing underneath the chest.
Right. So Braxon would have come up to look for the rest of you.
So you haven't seen
I'm
anything else
just-
of interest in here, and Sinrae's Sinrae, you do detect some faint residual magic in this chamber, but nothing current. No items, no objects, nothing like that.
What's this
All
glowing
right,
thing sticking out the
now.
wall?
A torch?
Torch.
Is it a magical torch?
No,
No,
it's
they're
just a
standard
really big
torches.
torch.
Okay.
It's like the size of a campfire for you.
Big
Ooh.
Mac wants another magical item like his rope, a magical torch it never puts out. You know how inconvenient that is.
Not everything is magical.
Oh, I
God,
found
give
more
them an
magic.
idea.
Magical
There's more
torch
beds.
that never goes out. We couldn't take it out of this system.
Brax has found more beds.
And you're searching them?
Yeah.
Okay.
I let the party know
Yes.
that there's just residual magic.
Alright. Lafdul's going to start making his way out.
Were there the tools that were used to make the runes?
I mentioned the chisel.
Okay.
Higgimus decided that he wasn't interested in them. I mean, if you want to take it, you can. But it's
Well, I
big
just
and heavy.
examined them if there is anything special in them.
Nothing really.
And I will resupply my rations from the giant's rations.
Okay. Braxon, can you give me a saving throw versus paralyzation, please?
Oh dear.
Yeah, sure.
Oh no.
Flea bites.
Right. Let's see. Paralyzation.
There you've passed, but that
Yeah,
way.
with the 17,
It's
that's a
10.
pass.
Okay.
So, Braxon, as you are searching the beds and the sacks of personal belongings, you suddenly hear a very loud boo behind you, but you're not. You don't jump. You're not surprised. It was Lafdul.
Right.
Disappointed. You didn't jump.
Is Braxon holding the sack at the time?
You're probably looking through one. I mean, they're big sacks. They're like.
Okay. Can Braxon pirouette and put the sack over Lafdul's head, please?
I'm gonna try and tumble out the way if he's gonna try and whack me with that.
No, he's not.
No. He's trying to shove the sack on top of your head.
Well, I'm still gonna dodge out the way.
I mean, he would see it coming since you were obviously not surprised.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I
But-
think that'd be a
But
tackle
he still wants to try it.
tumbling.
He would.
Yeah.
He would be pretty. He would pretty easily dodge that. But I
He
mean,
would
you
dodge
can
that,
you
wouldn't
can
he?
roll the attack roll and roll a tumbling if you want.
Sinrae is just like laughing and being like, "Guys, this is not the time."
All right, hang on now. I'm gonna tumble up the way.
That's
That's
a very
probably-
bad roll.
Tumbling,
boys,
where are you?
both
This is why I
right.
run a roll of 20.
See, you're saying that Sinrae, whereas Gyatla's kind of behind
Easily.
you, giggling over the antics.
If only Braxon had rolled a natural 20.
Yeah, oh, if it was a natural 20, it would have been good. If it was a natural 20, I would have tied
You just-
it around his ankles.
You would have just threw it over my head, and I would have just got myself entangled.
Sinrae is shaking her head and muttering something under her breath that sounds very much like males. Can't take them anywhere.
So yes, Braxon. Unfortunately, Lafdul does easily dodge away from your attempt to put him in a sack.
Okay.
Do you find anything?
He
so
does not
far.
find anything special.
Okay.
Sure.
How much time does Braxon waste not finding anything?
The amount of time that people were spent looking at other things. So, I mean, it's
Right.
probably another hour overall in this cave.
And when you say he doesn't find anything special, does that mean he finds things that aren't special?
There are some crude
Crude
combs. There are some crude plates and silverware, or flatware, not silver.
Hang on, I got a wooden spoon, and there was silver in here.
No, I just
Silverware is
repeated
a-
myself and said flatware, not silver.
Oh.
Yeah.
It's just I tend to refer to utensils as silverware, not flatware.
Yeah.
Oh, I was like, if Lafdul had the choice, he's picking the silver.
Well, I know that, and that's why I corrected myself. No, it's mostly wood. There's a few ones that are copper or bronze. If you want to replace one of your wooden ones with the wooden one with a copper or bronze one, you can. Of course, those are the bigger
won't
ones.
count.
Those are the bigger ones.
I need this for holy symbol, so it has
Right.
to be stone.
So yeah, nothing, no valuables.
Right.
All right, you
Was
guys.
someone keeping an eye on those giants? Are we just dragging them with us?
I think you would have dragged them along with you. Or tied them up outside or something like that. They're still there. That's fine. Whatever you decided to do. Is there anything anyone else wants to do in the cave, or are you done?
I'm done.
I think
Yeah,
we're
I'm done.
done.
Okay.
Yeah, I doubt there is nothing much.
You could Braxon, but he's already left. All right, so you return to where you camped the night before.
Yeah, sounds good.
Yeah, I collect myself a bag full of giant hair.
Okay.
What about our captives?
Yeah, they're still outside. I am
Get them
actually
to
going
carry the- Stuff or something, I don't know.
I'm sorry.
Do we want?
Never mind. Don't worry.
I mean, do you want to actually take them, or do you want to leave them? You could.
No, we're taking them. They're counting towards our testimony, so.
No, Levo doesn't want them to end up in slavery or in thraldom.
Yeah, I think we should free
Nope.
them.
You're going to be
Yeah,
doing something
slavery is
that's,
bad.
I mean, they're
Objectively-
injured. You can just tell them
You
to
know
get
there's more
going without
beds in-
weapons, that kind of thing. So
Yeah, let's just send them off with our weapons.
Mm-hmm.
Hey, Braxon was still searching beds.
I'll turn to the fire giant lady. Are they needed for convincing your Jarl?
Jarl.
No, if you feel it's best to let them go. She seems kind of questioning, but she's not gonna...
Alright, I'll turn to them and say, we're gonna let you go, but never come after these people again or try to make honest work. And then, yeah, we'll let them go.
Alright, they give you, kind of non-committal answers to that. You think it's pretty clear that they're just kind of saying whatever they think you want to hear, and then they take off. Gyatla says, I doubt such I doubt even if they said that they wouldn't, it would mean much. They're mercenaries. They would go wherever the coin is. And you guys return to your camp.
They might be mercenaries, but they're mercenaries who got tricked by that guy, so they're not completely guilty.
Well, Gyatla would tell you that she suspects that they were just hired hands, purely hired hands. That's she says that that's basically what Verbeeg are on this world.
Yeah, Solas suspects that the only ones that were tricked were the Cyclops and that Etin.
The ones that fled were most likely the ones that believed.
Yeah.
Alright, so you return to your camp. Take some time to relax, you know, probably restore your stuff. It's... I mean,
no, because I've got the create campsite spell as well.
I don't think you went, you went kind of mid-morning, late morning, noonish, rather than,
so we're
like,
still going to travel.
Well,
we basically prepared the camp already.
You're not going to get back to the Jarl's town that night, so it's up to you.
I think we should at least go as far as we can today, and then camp.
There's going to be corpses back there. I don't want to be near the corpses.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, you're like an hour away.
Oh.
Yeah, we already prepared the campsite in more defensible position.
But you've got a few hours before you would need to camp.
I think this rest of the evening would be good for rest, especially for Ockar.
Yeah.
Okay.
All right.
I
use a
will
create
go with
campsite
whoever
spell.
says.
So we go back to the campsite we prepared before coming here.
All right, so you make your way back towards camp.
Yes. I believe so.
Okay.
Is it working now?
Okay.
Oh, you're having some internet issues?
Yeah,
yeah.
I was.
Seems okay. As you're going, Lafdul, suddenly a wooden plate flies by your head.
Let's not have a utensils fight now, shall we?
Do we need to separate you two?
Braxon is just discovering the frisbee.
This is not Back to the Future Part 3.
There was a Back to the Future Part 3?
Yes, it was with cowboys.
Yeah, it's kind of off topic. So are you going to do anything about that, Lafdul?
I'll say to everyone, let them work out
the way
while we're not doing mission criticals.
Hey, that is my mission. It's my mission of my ethos to cause fun and mischief.
Lafdul, a second one comes flying at you and smacks you in the face for 1 point of damage.
Alright, Lafdul's not happy about that, though.
I mean, isn't that mischief?
He kind of is.
Alright.
Braxon says, "Oh, sorry."
Seeing this, Gyatla says, "Oh, would one of you like to catch a stone?"
Have you got any small stones?
I think a small stone for her is a boulder to us. I'm just gonna start. I'm going to take 10 paces away before she starts throwing rocks. Away from Braxton.
She was asking. She hasn't heard a yes or no. She's waiting for a yes or no.
She wants to play also.
How small a stone do you have?
Oh my lord.
Oh, okay. She pulls out a pretty large boulder and tosses it your way. Catch!
Braxton's going to dive out the way.
Oh, she's preserved.
Do I have to roll?
You try to dive out of the way, but then your pants fall down, tangling up your legs, and you trip and fall.
Braxon!
It looks like Gyatla was not actually trying to hit you because the large stone lands on the ground right next to you. Hard enough to shake the ground a little bit, right where you are, though.
Well, Braxon pulls his trousers up, and then tries to pick the stone up. Take it back.
Oh, that's like heavy. Oh, that's heavy. But you're able to pick it up. But it's heavy.
Braxon staggers back towards her and says, "That's probably a bit big for me."
Oh, that's too bad. It's always a fun game with the young men of the village.
I mean, I'd try catching it. I would try catching it, but I'm currently recovering.
If we were closer in size, I'd love to spar with you sometime. You look like a very good fighter.
Not as good as the warriors in town, but I can hold my own. I think you've seen.
Yeah, you did very well in that fight. I was very impressed. And Braxton says, "I'm going to put a stone down now."
She takes it from you very easily and slips it into a sack at her waist.
Just casually carrying giant-sized rocks.
Yeah.
Which isn't
She's giant.
Well, this whole adventure has given me a few more stories to tell of my battles against the mountain giant and the cyclops. Gonna leave out the end. The end doesn't count.
I will write you a rousing battle tale.
Ockar,
Yes,
giant skelder. Not giant Spain, giant skelder.
So you get back to camp, and were you going to cast that spell, Lafdul?
Yeah.
Okay.
He likes his invisible work is to do stuff for him.
Yeah, I'm not surprised.
While we're camping, I'm going to regale Gatla with the song about the trickster and the crow.
Oh, she enjoys this. She enjoys that quite a bit.
Lafdul, I'm going to make you famous.
I think the lack of response kind of tells you what he feels about that.
No, I'm typing something to the GM.
Oh my!
I thought you liked the song, Lafdul.
He's probably attacking someone.
You've been immortalized as a trickster.
Oh, also, I did forget to mention that that ring that you got detected as alteration magic.
You mentioned that.
Well, I said about the gloves. I don't think I said the ring. Did you want to examine those two items?
Yes.
In camp? All right. What is your percentage?
Let me take a look. assuming I can find it. I have completely forgotten where to even look for that.
I'll take a look then. Don't worry about it.
Sorry.
No, that's fine.
I was like, damn it, where did I miss that?
Yeah, there isn't a great place. There's so many notes fields on the character sheet that it's just a case of, you know, deciding which one you want to put the stuff in and then trying to remember that that's where you put it. Let's see. It is...
I have so many notes.
5% per experience level. So 7, that's 35%. Looking at the gloves and realizing that you never saw it in action, you really have no idea what they might be useful for. They're very big in your hands. You have not tried them on.
Okay.
As for the ring, yeah, thinking about what happened in that fight, you do realize that that appears to be a ring that is capable of changing someone's form into an earth elemental.
Ah.
I will let Higgimus know.
What do you think Higgimus should be?
Bring out the inner
No.
earth elemental in you, Sinrae.
Well, he's the captain. He keeps track of this sort of thing.
Ah, right.
And if she tells Lafdul might get into mischief with it.
Eventually, I'll be able to do similar things myself, so
Ooh,
it might
I wonder if-
benefit yourself or Lara, one of them less capable.
I wonder if that ring
melee
that.
fighters.
Sorry.
Don't worry, Lafdul. If we ever find a ring of X-ray vision, we'll give it to you.
I wonder if the
I don't
ring
know.
that,
No,
Don't
No,
speak
I
for everyone
wouldn't
else.
want-
Definitely not.
Braxon, you had a question?
Yeah, I wonder if the ring that turns you into an earth elemental lets you walk through the ground.
earth and powers,
Uh,
or stone shape and stuff.
Sinrae doesn't know enough about the item in general to know for sure, but
Oh, I wonder if it
she
can cast stone
she
skin for a
doesn't
day.
recall any stories that say it allows you to like move through Earth or something like that.
Right.
Yeah, you'd have to experiment with it, which I don't recommend doing right now.
Why not?
You might mess up camp.
Yeah, I suppose.
True.
Well, just do it over there then. I point to somewhere that's not in camp.
Yeah, that's an idea. I wouldn't mind doing that.
Go on then.
What's worse that
Guinea
can
pig.
happen? Worst that can happen
Oh.
is it turn me into a statue.
No, the worst that could happen is that you'll sink into the earth and you won't know how to get out of the earth.
Yeah.
And we'll need another fighter.
So were you actually thinking about trying that, Braxon?
Yeah, why not?
All right, so
Do
you
we not
you
do-
slip on the ring.
I'll have to take off Higgimus's ring and give it back to him.
Okay. All right, so you slip on the ring, and it easily fits snugly on your finger. And what are you gonna do?
Braxton's gonna try digging at the earth with his hands and see if he's got the power to dig up the ground or anything.
No, you were only able to dig at the ground at the normal amount that you could before.
Okay.
Just try
Turns around to
willing
everyone and
yourself.
says, "Do I look any different?"
No, you probably have to will yourself. Concentrate on the ring.
Yeah, you look the same.
Right. Right. So Braxton tries to remember what the large giant looked like when he changed.
Okay.
And he imagines himself looking like that.
All right. You concentrate on the ring and picture in your head what the giant looked like, and all of a sudden you feel yourself changing. Everything gets a little bit smaller, and everyone else sees Braxon get larger, and his skin turns into just a mass of earthen pebbles, and he turns into a hulking, roughly humanoid-shaped figure, able to move around. You feel, Braxon, considerable power behind your fists, but you also are very disoriented in this form.
Yeah. Braxon says to Gyatla, maybe I can catch one of your stones now.
Just watch her get crushed.
Are you sure you want to try?
Well, a small one, please.
Well, I only have the one size, but okay. She pulls one out and tosses it your way.
Braxon's going to try and catch it.
You feel very disoriented and not at all used to your new size and shape. And you make an attempt to catch it, but it is a pitiful, pitiful attempt. Gyatla was clearly not trying to hurt you too much, but still, this rock does hit you with some force, and you take 7 points of damage.
Ouch.
Everyone else, you hear Braxon's voice is very gravelly and highly distorted. Kind of difficult to understand, but he can still speak.
Braxon lets out an oof.
It's a very deep, rumbling oof.
Picks up the rock, stumbles back to Gyatla, and puts it down near her or hands it to her, and says thank you.
Try the digging in the earth thing now.
Lafdul says to Gatla, you should have aimed for his head. He's not been quite the same.
Braxon's going to try digging at the earth.
Let me see something. Give me a second.
It's a shame there's no like earthen wall or something you can like passable or something.
This is all rolling to see if the ring is cursed and Braxon can never take it off.
I wonder if it's a ring of same ring what Higgimus has got, but one for earth or something, rather than water.
Well, it seemed. I mean, it's changed his form, and to your knowledge, Higgimus's ring doesn't change form.
Yeah, but we don't know what the other elemental types actually do.
True. Give me a second. I'm just looking something up.
Turning yourself into this earth elemental is very quintessentially earth elemental related.
You do feel that there's a lot of weight behind your in your arms, Braxon. Like the if you were to hit something with it, there'd be a lot of weight behind it. But you do feel that you move a lot slower now. In this form, you'd only have a movement of 6, not 12. And no, you are not able to dig at the earth or like phase into it or move through it as if it were air or anything like that. It is the same as before you changed your shape.
Okay, so mostly good for fighting.
Seems like it, yeah.
Does he look more resilient? What if...
Okay, Braxton's going to concentrate on turning back into Braxton.
That's a good point, actually. You don't know how to transform back.
So to answer your question, Lafdul, It seems like hitting him would be the same as hitting the earth. That massive.
Oh, is he more muddy?
Well, it's not muddy.
Than
It's just
fluffy?
that.
Oh, does Lafdul look like he wants to hit Braxon?
No,
he's thinking that you look more resilient to like certain maybe slashing weapons. I don't know, not a mace or something. I don't know. Maybe a mace you'd be more absorbent. You wouldn't feel that as much. But then again, you weren't hit by a boulder, so.
If anyone wants to try punching me, a light punch, to see whether I'm stronger before I change back, I'm up for that.
Oh, remember on the big giant, I got him by repeatedly stabbing him with my spear, so we know spears work.
To answer the question simply, you have an armor class of 2 in this form. So you are the earth and stone would definitely like deflect some blows and absorb others. It would take force to get through that massive earth and stone, but it's certainly nothing compared to highly magical armor and someone skilled in dodging. Like normally, Braxon, some of your ability to stand up in a fight is because you're dodging blows, and you feel you cannot dodge blows at all. But your form would be able to definitely absorb a lot of hits that you wouldn't be able to otherwise. However,
this might be useful for a spellcaster that can't.
Like Solas or Sinrae or Lever.
However,
but can you cast spells in that form?
Well, he can't cast spells, so he can't test it.
I doubt it. Probably use powers, but not spells.
No, I just meant if you ran out of spells, you could defend yourself.
You definitely have no real dexterity in your fingers, so like you would not be able to easily manipulate small objects in this form.
Does
however,
anyone want to punch Braxon, or
weren't you concentrating on returning to normal?
Yeah, well, I thought someone wanted to punch him. There was discussion about stabbing him and stuff.
But I was thinking I was practically doing it now.
Okay, well, if no one wants to do that, then Braxton's going to concentrate on.
Despite the fact that you hit me on the back of the head.
Front of the head.
You do not return to normal.
Oh! Braxton's going to try taking the ring off.
You can.
You see no ring on your finger. The large earthy finger. You don't see any of your equipment. You're just a roughly humanoid form of earth and stone.
Might be a time thing.
Okay, that's fine.
Hey, enjoy your new form, Braxon.
Braxon, it's time to go to bed.
Certainly, moving around a bit in this form for a while would might give you some experience in how it moves. Get you used to it if you wanted to use it again in the future.
Yeah, well, Braxon hasn't got any other choice. If he can't turn back into himself, he might as well carry on being a rock monster.
All right. Does anyone want to try anything? Do you guys want to wait for a certain amount of time before you try anything? Anything like that? Anyone have any ideas or anything that they want to do?
No, just see.
I could roll a spellcraft if there was something that we could do.
Try concentrating really, really hard on being Braxon again.
Was there any...
This is outside of your expertise, Solas.
Yeah.
What was that, Lafdul?
I was thinking... No. Was there any, like, legends among the ring? Amongst... were any curses, like, once they transformed, they were forever transformed? I think that would be quite notable in the legends.
Sinrae would say that in the stories that she's heard about such items, she can't recall anything saying that they were cursed, but at the same time, that doesn't necessarily mean that this one isn't.
And this is why we don't put on strange rings.
If we cast the spell magic on him,
it would probably revert.
Yeah, but would the stuff that he wears and has on survive or not?
No, you're
Why don't-
targeting his form.
Why
Yeah,
don't we
you
just
can
wait
targeting
a
a
bit?
very specific thing.
Well, but no, this would be a pretty general dispel magic.
Yeah.
At the same time, like right now, you don't see any of his other stuff, so you don't know. But keep in mind that with dispel magic, like swords and stuff like that, they're not affected by dispel magic. It's potions that are.
Why don't we just wait until I go to sleep? I might change back.
Do you want to tell everyone to just hold off for a while then?
Yeah, just
I
leave
think
it,
you're
maybe.
on first watch.
Yeah.
Okay. Gyala herself is completely bewildered by this, so she doesn't have any input. However, after about 20 minutes, Braxon, you do find yourself shrinking down and returning to normal.
Oh!
See if you can do that multiple times. Well, we don't know if this thing's got charges, actually. If you can't will yourself back, then one assumes the charges are being expended.
In the process, you regain 6 hit points.
Well, hey!
What? Oh, you regenerate? That could save your life, potentially. Or someone's life. If you were falling down somewhere,
Yeah.
you'd use the ring
Well,
to transform or something.
We don't know who's going to have the ring yet, but...
Probably one of the squishies.
So yeah, you return to normal. Did you want to concentrate on it and try to change your shape again, or are you going to take it off, or what?
I think Braxton will take it off for now.
Okay.
Braxon, Leva would like to try because she wants to know whether she can actually cast spells while she's in that form.
Okay. Braxton will give the ring to Lever.
So she concentrates on being a what is it? An earth monster.
Earth and elemental.
Earth elemental.
Earth elemental.
Nothing happens.
Probably a cooldown.
All right.
But there wasn't that long between. It was only like a few hours after we had that fight that Braxon was able to do that. So
Yeah.
let's probably just give it a couple of hours.
Or it might be item that has uses per day.
Mm-hmm.
It
Or
might
something
be.
like that.
Might be.
Well,
Well,
we
if that
can
was the
try
case,
again.
it might be 2 per day, or it might...
We can try again tomorrow.
Okay, so you guys wait for do some other stuff, relax, take a look at other injuries, and then bed down for the night.
Yeah, sounds good.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. The watch is uneventful, and you
Yes.
wake the next morning. Spellcasters can get their spells back.
Ooh.
Who
I
wants
will need to
strength?
cast. I will need to cast the contact hound power this morning.
Okay.
Yeah, I am as well.
Who wants strength?
I
I'm
think
not
that you
worried.
need to just
Oh, could
choose who, because people are not jumping on that lately.
I can take strength.
I don't understand why. I have no idea why.
Yeah,
Okay.
Solas just said that he wanted it.
All right. I cast it on Solas.
Solas can feel strong once in his life.
Say that as he loses all his clothes or something.
I think one person losing their trousers per game is good enough.
All right, Solas,
I'm sure
you
someone's
gain
someone's
4
paying
points of
us to do
strength.
this.
Oh, hey, I feel like I'm average strength now.
Congratulations.
Strength for 10. You've no longer got a malice to your damage, I think. Or was it to hit?
To hit. Not only that, but you can carry like
Carry more.
what is it?
So much more stuff.
Yeah, you can carry twice as much without being
Wow.
encumbered. Twice as much. It's now 40 rather than 20.
Gosh.
Which actually is quite a bit if you think about it. But
Yeah.
all right.
I will also cast Endure heat to our fighters.
Okay.
Yeah.
And anyone else have any spells that they want to cast?
Nope.
Calm powers, and I am creating. I don't know actually.
Was that endure heat or endure cold? You said.
Endure heat.
Heat.
Same spell can be used for both, but I specify heat this time.
I'm just creating one temporary healing potion.
Okay. Yeah, I mean, there's no need to cast Endure Cold here, at least based on what you've encountered so far and the weather conditions.
Well, you never know when the ice drake attacks.
All right, so you guys get your spells back. Everyone regains 1 hit point.
Ooh.
Oh, cool. And I'm no longer lame or whatever.
No longer having the after effects of a near-death experience.
Right.
Okay.
I no longer see the light at the end of the tunnel.
So you pack up your gear and get going, hiking back towards the Fire Giant settlement.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
How does Ockar look? Does he still look quite weak?
We just covered that.
He's had rest.
Yeah, he's had rest, and he's. Most of you, I mean, are pretty good on hit points.
Right.
Most.
Yeah, I'm pretty much fine now. I just need some time to sleep off nearly dying again.
You get used to it.
And you no longer see Lafdul as a Valkyrie.
He's still an ugly one.
Oh.
Leo is also trying to drive the ring again.
Lafdul uses his hat of disguise to make himself look like a beautiful Valkyrie. Is this better now? Or his nearest depiction of one that he knows of?
I mean,
Lafdul,
elves are normally considered beautiful even when they're male, so I don't know about an especially ugly Valkyrie, just kind of an androgynous Valkyrie. All right, so Leva, after you regain all your spells, you are putting the ring on and trying to change your form?
Yes.
Okay. You feel yourself getting larger, and it's a very weird feeling for you being this large and kind of clumsy and bulky. Massive earthen arms and just covered in like made entirely out of earthen pebbles and stuff like that.
Hey,
Can
Higgimus,
he cast
how
like
can
that?
you, Higgimus, how can you stand being so tall? It's terrible.
So,
Leva, do you think you can cast magic like that?
well, so everyone hears her voice is very deep and gravelly, still kind of a recognizable as Leva's voice, but very, very different. They're going to try to cast a spell?
How
Yes,
many
please.
cigarettes have you
Which
been
spell?
smoking?
Not that many today.
Today.
Which spell are you going to cast?
I haven't actually looked at anything. Oh, invisibility on myself.
Does that have material
Oh
components?
no, people
It
can't
does.
actually. People can't see me when I do that. It's important that they see me.
Can you
Yeah.
make a
Just-
light show or something?
I
does that
cast
have
detect
material-
magic.
Detect magic.
I
Okay.
detect magic. Yes.
That does not have material components?
Oh, just a second.
Because you realize that all of your possessions
Yes.
have merged into your body.
Detect magic. No, no material component. But I need to use my arms to sort of wave them in the air.
It
Okay.
has vocal and somatic component.
Just wave your arms in the air like you just don't care.
You realize that you have no ability to cast spells in this form.
Yay.
I cannot
Yeah.
count.
You have no ability to cast spells in
No.
this form.
Okay.
Does Leva's strength increase?
Well,
Can she pick
yes
up
and
Higgimus?
no. She is definitely stronger, and she feels like, if she were to punch something, there would be a great weight behind that, a punch.
Mm-hmm.
Braxon goes up to Lever and says, "Do you want to throw me up in the air?"
Let's try.
And I'll use my boots to try and land safely.
Okay. So Lever tries to lift Braxon and throws him in the air.
You find it pretty easy to do so, although your movements are very crude and jerky and stuff like that.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, you are able to lift him. He does not. You're not able to throw him very far. You feel like your strength would be better at holding holding something up or pushing something rather than throwing.
Oh, because she doesn't move fast.
Yeah.
Yeah, it'd be rather slow, clumsy.
Does Lever recognize how she would defend herself if she was attacked like this?
Mostly just
You punch.
well, punching as an offense, but mostly just hoping that the thick consistency of your earthen hide would deflect blows and not let them get very deep and stuff like that.
It's just like how I
Okay.
deflect blows. I just have it hit my armor. In this case, your armor is your entire body.
I think I prefer my spell casting.
Do you want to try to
Okay,
return
Rock
to
Eater.
your
Yes.
form? Give me a spellcraft check. All right. Realizing that this appears to be something akin to a polymorph spell, you are able to form in your mind a way, like yourself, rather than just picturing yourself. You're able to kind of form the mental image of changing back to yourself, and you do so.
Ah, how nice. Who wants the ring?
And you think that you could teach anyone else how to do that.
I
Okay.
might take it after I get rid of this. After I do something about my ring of protection.
I can teach you. Whoever takes the ring, I can teach you how to use it.
You're not injured, right?
No.
Okay, Leva. I think I'll claim it, but after I donate my current ring of protection to my church back on Brawl.
Well, we might.
Check
we
to
might
see if anyone else wants it first. I mean,
We might
Yeah,
want to arm wrestle.
I'm saying if anybody else wants it, I'm just taking my claim and as a until then.
You're
But
indicating
if somebody
your
else wants it,
interest.
they can get it before me.
yeah, you're indicating interest.
Yeah.
Braxton's interested.
We might want to check how many charges it has and things like that.
It's probably per day or every so often.
Sinrae, you do, from what you've heard, they do tend to be once per day. You would guess that there was a fluke yesterday, and the fact that it changed size may have just kind of reset it.
Okay, I'll let the party know that.
AKA
Probably
the
a
Dungeon
different
Master forgot
person.
it was once per day.
Yeah, I figured it was that.
Yay.
It is only once per day.
Once per day. Okay.
All right, so you begin the trek back to the Jarl's settlement. Other than seeing some, wildlife and stuff like that, you have a pretty uneventful trip. You do see some large, and when I say large, I mean very large, birds fly very high above you. Well, really only one. But you're in the forest and didn't pay any attention to you. Gyatla seemed unconcerned being in the forest.
Those are some
And
big crows.
It was most definitely not a crow or crow type. It looked more like a hawk or an eagle in form.
So
It's
we weren't
definitely
being
a hunting
watched by-
bird.
So we weren't being watched by some of Odin's flock. Gotcha.
No.
We can ride the eagle. to the mountain to throw the weight. Wrong thing.
You know, Odin can watch the world through. Is it ravens or crows?
Ravens, but technically they're the same thing, pretty much.
Yeah.
Corvin.
He's gonna go into a Norse mythology lecture as we walk back to the city about Odin.
Gatla, can you what is it? What is she? Your boss? Your mentor?
Oh,
Blotha?
Yes.
What
Can
about
she
her?
observe people via birds of prey?
Gyatla thinks for a moment and says, I don't believe she has magic of that nature, but I have heard of some who can do so.
it's usually druids or... Is spirit shamans a thing in this?
I mean, they're shamans and they deal with spirits, so yeah.
Alright.
So it's getting fairly late in the day as you approach Irtoft. You have the choice of either going in the evening or like camping outside and waiting until the next day, but it's up to you.
I'd rather go
Let's-
in.
Yeah, let's get rid of this head before
I
it
don't want-
starts smelling worse.
Okay.
Yeah, it already smells pretty bad. I don't want
Hang on,
decay
hang
to
on.
set
Let's ask Gatla about etiquette.
Gyatla says that it's entirely up to you.
Okay, so it's not rude for us to come in this late. Let's
Yeah,
go then.
So let's just knock on the gate.
Okay.
I
Knock,
don't-
knock.
Gatla would probably lead the way since it's her.
Leva, the spell does not count as cast, no.
Ah, nice.
Because you couldn't even form the begin to form it.
Okay.
So you approach the gates, and I think that we'll take our break here, so that when we come back, we can do all the role playing of you talking to the Jarl. So we'll be
Sounds
back in about 10 minutes. Take a quick break, get something to drink. I know that I am going to, and we will see what you guys have to say to the Jarl. So see you in about 10 minutes, everyone.
Bye.